Look up into the night sky. Above us, a tapestry of stars stretches across the darkness, each one a distant sun, each one a mystery. For as long as humans have gazed upward, we've wondered about the worlds that might be out there, and what secrets they hold. That brilliant point of light shining with a steady glow, that's Venus. One of the brightest objects in our sky, outshone only by the moon and the sun. For millennia, we've called it the morning star or the evening star. It's our closest planetary neighbor, and for centuries people believed Venus was Earth's twin, a world that might be much like our own. But twins can have very different destinies. While Earth blossomed with life, covering itself in forests, oceans, and teeming with creatures, Venus took a very different path. Venus became a warning, a paradise lost to time and fate. Its surface is now a furnace, shrouded in toxic clouds, a place where no human could survive. But what if Venus wasn't always an inferno? What if, long ago, it was something entirely different? A world with gentle breezes and blue skies. Imagine Venus as a world of oceans with clouds drifting over vast blue waters, perhaps even with continents and islands not so different from our own planet. Our robotic probes have sent back tantalizing clues, hints of a different past, a world that might have been the true jewel of the solar system. They've braved the crushing heat and pressure to send us glimpses of what lies beneath the clouds. This is a cosmic detective story, with clues scattered across the solar system and hidden in the data from our probes. Scientists sift through every bite, searching for evidence of what Venus once was. The mystery deepens. Did life ever get a foothold on Venus? Could there have been simple organisms or even something more complex thriving in its ancient seas? Could a civilization, even a simple one, have arisen and fallen long before us? Did Venus once have its own story of life, now erased by time and catastrophe? We look at Venus and see a ghost, a chilling preview of what could yet be. Its fate is a stark reminder of how quickly paradise can slip away. So, come with me on a journey through space and time, back to the dawn of our solar system. We'll explore how two worlds, born side by side, could become so different. We'll peel back Venus's thick clouds and imagine a world that might have been, one filled with water, life, and endless possibilities. We'll sift through scientific evidence and ancient myths, searching for any hint of a lost world. Stories from the past and discoveries from today come together in our quest. This isn't just a story about a distant planet, it's a story about us, about our hopes, our fears, and our place in the universe. It's about how fragile a paradise can be, and how the fate of one world can be a lesson for another. The clues are waiting, the story begins now, and its lessons may shape our own future. Let's begin our search for Venus's lost world. To understand Venus, you must first face the monster it's become. This is a planet that defies our expectations, a world that from afar glows with a mysterious beauty, but up close reveals a landscape of unimaginable hostility. Forget the goddess of love. Venus is a vision of hell. Its surface is a furnace, its skies a toxic shroud, and its very air a suffocating poison. On its surface, you'd be crushed, cooked, and choked all at once. The atmosphere is so thick it presses down with a force that would flatten any human-made machine in moments. The pressure is 90 times Earth's, like being a kilometer underwater. Even the strongest submarines would struggle to survive here. The heat? 462 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. It's the hottest planet in the solar system, even hotter than Mercury, which is closer to the sun. No water, no oceans, just a desolate rocky desert under a sky of sulfuric acid clouds. The landscape is a wasteland of jagged rocks and endless plains, scorched by relentless heat. Acid rain falls but evaporates before reaching the ground. The clouds themselves are made of sulfuric acid, making the air not just deadly but corrosive. The Soviet Venera probes survived only minutes, sending back haunting images of flat rocks and orange dust. Their brief transmissions are a testament to the planet's brutality. This is a world of extremes, a planet that took a wrong turn. Its weather is violent, its winds fierce, and its surface forever hidden beneath thick swirling clouds. No oceans, no rivers, no life as we know it. Venus is a place where nothing familiar can survive. Just a sterile dead world, a silent broiling tomb orbiting the sun, or is it? The story of Venus isn't just about what it is, but what it once might have been. Beneath the clouds, secrets linger, clues to a lost past. To find hope, we must look past the inferno and journey back into the mists of time. There we might discover a Venus that was once very different. Imagine a very different Venus. Picture blue skies, gentle breezes, and perhaps even oceans lapping at ancient shores. The clues are there, hidden beneath the clouds. Scientists are still searching, piecing together the story from orbit and from afar. The real story is just beginning. Let's go back to a time before Venus became a world of fire and acid. Let's see what Venus once was, and what it might teach us about the fate of worlds. Imagine a different Venus, a world with oceans, continents, and blue skies. Picture a planet where gentle rains fell on fertile valleys, and rivers carved their way through lush green landscapes. The air would be fresh, the skies a brilliant azure, and the horizon dotted with mountain ranges and sparkling lakes. This isn't science fiction, it's a scientifically plausible vision of Venus's distant past. Recent research and advanced simulations have given us glimpses into a time when Venus may have been not so different from our own world. For billions of years, Venus might have been Earth's true twin, a habitable paradise orbiting the same sun, sharing a similar size and composition, and perhaps even a similar destiny. Computer models and probe data suggest that, under a fainter young sun, Venus could have had stable liquid water. The planet's early climate may have been mild, with vast oceans covering much of its surface, and clouds drifting lazily overhead. With a different atmosphere and slower rotation, Venus might have enjoyed a climate much like Earth's. Gentle breezes could have swept across open plains, and the temperature would have been comfortable enough to support life as we know it. Where there's water, there's the possibility of life. Oceans are the cradle of biology, and on Venus, they might have nurtured the first stirrings of living things. If Venus had oceans for billions of years, could life have found a way there too? Microbes perhaps, or even more complex organisms, evolving in the warm, sunlit shallows. The stage was set for a second Genesis, right next door. A world alive with possibility, just a cosmic stone's throw from Earth. This vision transforms Venus from a hellish wasteland into a cosmic tragedy, a world that had a chance at life, but lost it. The transformation from paradise to inferno is one of the greatest mysteries in planetary science. What happened to this paradise? Where did the oceans go? How did a world so full of promise become so utterly inhospitable? The answers matter, not just for Venus, but for understanding the fate of planets everywhere. They hold clues to the delicate balance that makes a world habitable, and the forces that can tip it into ruin. The ghost of a habitable Venus haunts us with its possibilities. It reminds us that even the most promising worlds can change beyond recognition. It's a story of what might have been, a tale of lost potential and vanished hope, and a warning of what could be. The fate of Venus is a lesson for all planets, including our own. The past is written in the rocks and clouds, waiting for us to decipher its secrets. We just have to read it, and learn from the story Venus has to tell. The idea of a once habitable Venus is backed by robust science. NASA simulations suggest Venus could have had temperate conditions and liquid water for up to 2 billion years. That's more than enough time for life to emerge and evolve. Venus's slow rotation may have created thick cloud cover, reflecting sunlight and keeping the planet cool. This natural sunshield could have preserved its oceans even as the sun brightened. The planet's atmosphere holds another clue, a high ratio of deuterium to hydrogen. This suggests Venus once had vast amounts of water, lost as hydrogen escaped into space. The deuterium left behind is the fingerprint of a vanished ocean, so we have a timeline, a mechanism, and physical evidence. The case for a habitable ancient Venus grows stronger with every new discovery. Venus may have been the solar system's first cradle of life. Its story forces us to reconsider our own cosmic history. The implications are staggering. What else might we find? If Venus was habitable for 2 billion years, did life begin there? The conditions and ingredients were right, and the time frame was immense. On Earth, life appeared early. Why not Venus? Microbial life could have thrived in Venus's ancient oceans, photosynthesizing under a young sun. Could life have evolved beyond microbes, plants, animals, even intelligence? We have no direct evidence, but the absence of evidence isn't evidence of absence. Any trace would have been obliterated by the catastrophe that followed. The idea of a firstborn intelligent species in our solar system is humbling, and if life started on Venus, could it have traveled to Earth on meteorites, making us all, in a sense, Venusian descendants? The possibility connects us to Venus in the most fundamental way. Long before science, Venus captivated humanity. The Babylonians called it Ishtar, goddess of love and war, a duality echoing Venus's own story. The Maya and Aztecs wove Venus into their calendars and rituals, seeing it as a powerful, unpredictable force. In Hindu cosmology, Venus is Shukra, a being of knowledge and power. These myths are not science, but they reflect the awe Venus inspired. Is it coincidence that so many cultures assigned Venus such dramatic roles? Perhaps in myth we sense the echo of a world lost to time. The stories endure, even as the science unfolds. So what destroyed Venus's paradise? The culprit, a runaway greenhouse effect. As the sun brightened, more water evaporated, trapping more heat, a feedback loop that boiled the oceans away. The atmosphere thickened, temperatures soared, and water vanished forever. Without a magnetic field, Venus couldn't protect its atmosphere from the solar wind, which stripped away hydrogen and sealed its fate. Volcanic eruptions pumped carbon dioxide into the air, and with no oceans or plate tectonics to absorb it, CO2 built up to suffocating levels. Paradise wasn't just lost, it was dismantled step by step. The transformation was total. Venus became a furnace, its history erased. The lesson is clear: planetary balance is fragile, even a paradise can be undone. Venus is more than an astronomical curiosity, it's a warning. It shows what happens when a planet's climate tips too far. The same physics that doomed Venus govern Earth's climate. We're warming our planet with greenhouse gases, altering the balance that sustains us. Venus is a stark reminder: a stable climate isn't guaranteed. Studying Venus helps us refine our climate models and understand the limits of habitability. The inner edge of the habitable zone is a dangerous precipice. Earth has protective mechanisms, but we can't take them for granted. Venus whispers across the void, "Be careful, even the most beautiful paradise can be lost." Venus's surface is deadly, but high above, the story changes. 50 kilometers up, the pressure and temperature are almost Earth-like. Here, a balloon filled with breathable air would float, opening the door to floating cities. NASA's HAVOC project imagines habitats drifting in Venus's clouds, shielded from radiation and drawing resources from the air. Solar energy is abundant, and the atmosphere is rich in useful elements. Colonizing Venus's clouds may be more practical than Mars's surface. The challenges are immense: acid clouds, engineering, but the vision is inspiring. Humanity could become an aerial species, living in cities that sail on another world's winds. Venus may yet have a place in our future. It's a way to touch our sister planet, without being destroyed by it.